Hi, welcome to the social space. This is the show all about Wichita Falls, Texas, the whole wide world. My name's Eric Crossland. I don't think people are listening yet at this point, though.
Yes.
I'm always described as that guy.
Uh-huh.
That guy.
And the other guy.
Yeah,
No, that's the laughing guy.
the guy with the laugh. We'll do Andrew first. There's Andrew Bell over there. Feel like we're going to get a good ha-ha from you today?
Sure. Tell a good joke.
We'll see. To your right, Jackie Hager. What do you got there, Jackie? You got a new mug there?
I got
Flavor
just
changes,
a little
everything?
mug.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. It's got a little uplifting
Got a
little
little-
message there.
There we go.
Okay. Good for you.
Thank
To
you
your
for
right. What's that?
Thanks for drinking out of the Hager
I know, I
mug.
always make sure I'm a shield for the company. To my right, data scientist, even though she claims not to be a scientist,
She
Megan
is
January.
not.
She was posting scientific stuff on Facebook.
She was.
No, it was just a joke. It was a funny joke. Did you get it?
No, I didn't. I thought it was really
It's
scientific.
mitosis.
No,
okay.
I will put it up. You'll have to
She really is a data scientist.
No, I'm not,
Don't let
but okay.
anyone kid you any other way.
Well, hey, listen, you know, when Megan's here, we're doing a first segment where we talk about subject matter. Wichita Falls, Texas, whole wide world. This is Wichita Falls first, which is not really Wichita Falls proper, but it's local. Jackie, you have some news, some family news that went down this weekend.
Now, I'm going to tell you, if Grace watches this,
You don't usually
He's
talk
going to
about
kill you.
she is going to kill me because I usually don't talk about it.
only your husband and the tractor. That's the only family you talk about.
That's right. But we had a great weekend. This is Monday. We shoot the show on Monday. Last night, Grace was surprised and got engaged.
Congratulations,
Yay!
Grace. Yay.
So she's marrying Brady Tackett, who's also a Windthorst boy, but not more importantly, but he is a Wichita Falls firefighter.
Oh, nice.
You know how we feel in our office about those firefighters.
So you approve. It's
He
thumbs up
he
for
comes
Mom.
approved.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So we had a really good time last night. I think we surprised her. She may deny that because Grace likes to figure things out. Not much gets by her, but we couldn't be more proud of our new future son and the whole Tackett family.
Yeah.
So if you know the Tacketts, Chris and Darla, Chris is the athletic director at Windthorst, and Darla works at Windthorst also, and we are lucky and blessed.
So this is
That's
the
awesome.
joining of two epic families.
Well, I don't know about that, but two Windthorst
Capulets
families.
and the...
Two families. There might be a big shindig coming. We don't know.
All right.
But we're excited.
Well, congrats, Jackie.
Thanks.
Awesome.
It'll be short years before you guys are having daughters being
Yes.
Yeah.
proposed to.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, well, tough to think about right now.
that is.
All right, well, congrats, Jackie.
Thank you.
Texas. Oh boy, we finally got embarrassed. The old Cowboys.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Talk about
gosh.
this. As we tape this, we just had the Broncos debacle.
Yes.
It was, I don't think Dak was ready to come back. I think those calf injuries are nagging.
I don't know. I was just surprised and
It
turned
looked
it
like
off.
he could throw.
Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Yeah. So we praise them when they're doing good, Jackie. We're gonna
Well, we got to be faithful to
And
them.
we kick them when they're down.
That's right. The most important thing is that Andrew
harder.
sent the text out with the
Yes.
Cowboy shirt on
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
almost said take it off. Because I turned it on and it was like it's 16-0. I was like, this is awful.
Yeah.
Take your shirt off, Andrew.
felt hopeless the whole game.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? It's been so fun to watch
It
them
is.
do
Yeah.
so great.
You're gonna lose a couple.
Sure.
I just didn't want to get
I hope
stomped
they
out
can-
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hope they can rebound because it's been a fun season watching them.
It is. They'll
Yeah.
rebound.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice little wake-up call right here in
Yeah.
the middle of the season. Like, you're not unbeatable.
You can do it, Cowboys.
They will. All right,
Yeah.
whole wide world. Hayden, we want to pop up that one graphic. Have y'all been hearing about this? This is not really a funny subject, but
Oh,
maybe we
yeah.
could save some lives. There's some people who gotten out of some trouble. This sign you have on the board here has been going around TikTok. It's the palm out, tum tucked. What did I say? Thumb tucked. I'm gonna have to bleep that. And then you drop it over like that, and that means please help. There's domestic violence at
Yes.
home. There's
Oh,
been
wow.
a couple of young ladies get out of trouble.
Yeah. Well, when that Gabby, what was
Yeah.
it?
Petito?
Yes. There was people were, I guess, like breaking apart her video, and
She
they
tried to
said
throw
she
one of
was
those out.
doing that when she was
gosh.
talking to the cops, but nobody picked up on it.
Oh, goodness.
But yeah.
Well, when I was reading about some girl in Kentucky was doing it and to her driver, and they're like Uber or Lyft, and he realized it, and they got the
Good.
guy. So
I just wish that cop with that young woman in the parking lot could have just picked her up and gotten her out of there, it would have changed the trajectory of both of their lives.
Yeah.
Or had known
Possibly.
if he had known the sign, which
Yes.
is why, put it out. I would put it out
Interesting.
there.
That is
Yeah.
interesting. Vid and sign language, that's a B, so
Well, this is a B. You don't do this just without this part. We're talking about a serious subject here. How dare you? Anyway, so I just thought we'd do something, maybe
Yes,
help
we
sense
learned
there.
something
That is
today.
cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
We should teach our daughters that for sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, Queen Bee. Megan, we appreciate you. And we're going to let you go out of here. And are we going to have Dirk Welch up front for Fantasy of Lights?
Yes.
All right. Exciting time of year. Christmas. Do you like Christmas yet?
Oh my gosh. Well, typically
I'm very surprised that decorations aren't up
Christmas
front.
usually has exploded in our office by now, but it's happening this week.
So when they watch next Sunday, they'll
Yes.
see Santa's Workshop.
Yes.
All right. Well, we will be right back with Dirk. Thanks, Megan.
Yay.
Four incredible radio stations. That's who we are. We are Town Square Media, and we bring the best of radio to the North Texas area. Wake up early with News Talk 1290. That's us. How about Kelly Raspberry on 92.9 NIN? Yep, that's us. Bringing you the best of country with 102.3 The Bull. That's us. And rocking it all day long with 106.3 The Buzz. That's us. We are Town Square Media, and we're proud to be a sponsor of the social space.
Hi, welcome back to the social space. I committed to sin, Jackie. I didn't talk about our partners at the front of the show. We do it real quick. News Channel 6, 10:35 Sunday nights. A little later sometimes if there's a late game. Gosh, you went to you went to Christmas Magic.
Oh, it
and
was great.
you had a lot of fans out there, huh?
We did. I had, especially a gentleman stopped and said, I watch the show every Sunday night, and it's been fun to watch the show evolve over the last year and almost a half, I think.
Sunday night was a good move for us.
It
Remember we used to be on
was,
Saturday.
because he
I think
says,
Sunday-
you guys just get better and better. And I said, well, thank you.
At some point we'll peak and then we'll start heading the other way. Our audio partner, that's News Talk 1290, airs us at Saturdays at 10 a.m. They're part of Town Square Media. And then, of course, Impact Signs at Falls Truck Center.
Yes.
Tanya and Sean Choate. I always want to say Shania.
Shania.
Choate. Thank you so much for putting us on the back of those vans. Okay, enough of that. We are here to talk to our guest from Fantasy of Lights, representing Fantasy of Lights, Dirk Welch. Dirk, thanks for being here.
Oh, my pleasure.
A little clap for you there, Dirk. Dirk, what is your title up there at MSU?
For this, it's the coordinator of the MSU-Burns Fantasy of Lights. This is my 6th season.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
That's
yes.
awesome.
It's been a huge privilege.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things that keeps me going, and it certainly brightens my holiday season, is I get a chance to be out there amongst everyone and just seeing the joy and the wonder that hits all the faces. It just really brightens my spirit during the holiday times, and because I recognize how important it has been to them.
Yeah, it's such a great tradition. So what's your actual role? What are you doing kind of on a day-to-day basis with them?
Well, of course, it's to make sure it all comes to life,
Yeah.
On opening night. And so there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, the refurbishment efforts that go on. It's really an annual thing. The painting, the cleaning, just the preparation. But we have to make sure we have enough funds to get this thing going every year. So fundraising, the marketing, promotions, publicity. But the big thing is, we got to keep these things working so that when folks come out, they're getting to see what they expect and what they enjoy. But as we know, many, 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 many of these are, decades old. And so, we give it the TLC we can, but you never know when a motor or something might decide, I'm tired. And so then we work on it and we figure it out and we keep it going.
Nice.
Well, I'm old enough to remember when the Fantasy of Lights was at the Burns house, And my earliest memories of when are when my mom and dad would drive us by there, and it was, you know, in the eyes of a 3, 4, 5-year-old, it's just magical.
Yep.
And I'm so glad Midwestern has embraced this. What a gift to the community and to all the outlying areas that come into Christmas shop to drive through there. Now I'm taking my grandchildren and driving through there, and it's so much fun. Give us a little bit of history about the Fantasy of Lights.
Yeah, and I'll start and piggyback. It is a generational thing.
It is.
I mean, I get so many calls and emails, you know, when they find out, oh, there's this guy that's, you know, coordinating this about. I went as a child, and I've taken my children, and in some cases, you know, grandchildren and great-grandchildren have enjoyed it, and so it is truly a treasure. But it all began back in the late 1920s, very modestly, with the single blue bulb on a single tree on the front porch of the Burns family home. And, you know, over the years, as the circumstances changed, their success in the oil industry grew. And, you know, they began to develop a display out in their lawn, and it just grew and grew and grew. And, you know, and until the passing of Mrs. Burns in 1971, you know, it just got more and more elaborate, you know, for the community and to stop by and, you know, see the magic that they created, you know, on their lawn. And, you know, we're blessed to have 21 of the displays that were showcased on their property as part of the collection.
Wow.
That's
you know,
awesome.
and since
I did not realize that.
Yeah, and since 1974, we've added 25 more. So nearly half of what's out there is original.
How do you go about choosing the ones, like the new ones that come on?
good
I've always
question.
wanted to know, because I always joke with my girls at home that Daddy's going to build something one day. And
Daddy should. Yeah.
You heard it live.
Yes, yes.
yeah. But how do y'all go about doing that? Do people just build them and then?
Well, a great example, and yes, but two displays that have recently showcased within the last 8 years. Mr. Paul Ernst, who
Yes,
served on the
love
advisory
it.
board. He's the architect behind. He built and designed and donated Toys Christmas and a Frozen Christmas. So that's an example of what you can aspire
That's cool.
to,
Yeah.
you know, in terms of, and so folks will approach us with ideas about what they would like to build, or it could be an organization has an interest in, you know, finding a display that they could purchase and then donate. And so, you know, it can happen in a myriad of ways. Some of these have been, you know, constructed, you know, by the donor's hands, and some of them have been purchased through different means, or they've come upon them and they fit within the collection. You know, we have fairy tale, we have children's stories, we have holiday icons. So just a, you know, it's an eclectic mix.
But I love it that the new ones kind of make it current for today.
Yep.
But Cinderella is still there, the Bubble Man is still there, the little old lady that lived in the shoe, Flipper that goes through the ring. All of that is so iconic and vintage, but yet they're still being new ones built that make it more current too.
Right. Like a Toys Christmas with the time. And really a lot of those displays when they were, so a lot of the original displays were done by employees of the Burns estate. And so a lot of them were built around particular periods of time, representing if it was a fairy tale that was popular at the time, or if it was, you know, a children's story. And so we're just carrying that forward with, obviously, you know, Toys Christmas, hopefully no trademark infringement of actually, you know, we know what it is, or, you know, Frozen
Toys
Christmas. Yes,
You know, one thing else, I love it that the public has embraced and supported this, because you see business signs out there where they've helped financially support it. I know we got 4 stars involved this year for the drive-through sponsorship, but I love to see business like American National Bank sponsors one. I love to see Union Square. I love to see all of those businesses step up and support it.
Yes, and that is so critical, so critical. I mean, the Fantasy of Lights is fully supported through donations. I mean, that is how it operates, and about half of what we need each year to pay for those expenses comes from those adoptions. And so, you know, everyone, the collection of individuals, the families, the organizations, the businesses that step up and do that and participate, you know, it just means so much, because it wouldn't get, you know, pulled off each year, and the tradition would not, you know, continue without the community. And it's for the community is why, you it's so important.
For sure.
I have a funny story about the Fantasy of Lights. So I grew up in a house pretty close to the school, and when I was a kid, and it was bedtime, I can remember going to sleep to Bippity Boppity Boo over and over, and it was real fun at first. But about a week of it, you're like,
You could hear it from your bed?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
So you're who came out and took the speakers down. It's been we know.
That was probably those Hamilton boys.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if anything,
Yeah.
Dirk, we're running real short on time.
Yeah.
Real quick, can you mention the 5K, the fun run, and where people can do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about fundraising, and the MSU-Burns Fantasy of Lights 5K and 1 mile fun run is another way to do that. We have gracious sponsors that sponsor the race, but everyone's registration goes to support the Fantasy of Lights. So
awesome.
But it is on the 20th of November. That's Saturday, right before we turn on the lights on Monday, November 22nd, and it's going to be at 10 a.m. You can register by fol.msutexas.edu, or you can come on race day at 9:30, and we're happy to sign you up and get you racing.
Perfect.
Awesome.
You doing it?
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's what, 5K?
And 1 mile fun run.
Oh, we know who could be doing the 5K. I don't even have to ask. Well, Dirk, thank you so much for all you do.
You're welcome.
And thanks for coming on
Absolutely.
and
It's been
letting
a
us know
pleasure.
about it. And up next, we're going to have another staple of the season, Salvation Army Major Kim. I'm going to let him tell me how to say his last name in the break before I attempt it here. We'll be right back. Thanks, Dirk.
Thanks. Yeah.
Dirk.
Local means freedom. Local means community. Local means heroes. Local means commitment. Your mortgage loan with American National Bank and Trust, where local really means local.
Summer always seems like it'll last forever. Until it doesn't. Yeah, I guess it's that time of year again. Don't be caught off guard. Get ahead of the problem. Let James Lane make sure your unit's ready for 90 one day and 30 the next. Be ready for anything and everything with James Lane Air Conditioning and Plumbing. When you need us, we're there.
Hey, welcome back to the social space. This is a very Christmassy, holiday-y
Feel good
edition.
one.
Feel good. We started with the Fantasy of Lights,
Yes.
and now we are talking all about the Salvation Army. Help me welcome Major Kim Feinauer. Thanks for being here, sir.
Thank you. God bless you.
Good, Major Kim Good Times, he says.
Oh, cool.
So those who don't know you, would you tell us a little bit about your role, yourself first, and then your role at Salvation Army?
Sure. I'm a major in the Salvation Army. Been in the Salvation Army over 40 years. That's how I got to be a major. But I'm new to Wichita Falls. Only been here about 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
So
well, welcome.
I'm actually so old that I retired, and then the Salvation Army saw fit to call me back into active service. So that's how I got to Wichita Falls.
Where were you right before you came here?
Well, I was living north of Austin.
Okay.
Oh, good.
I grew up north of Austin. We called it Waco.
That's even farther north.
Yeah, okay.
Well, we're
welcome to
glad
town,
you. I
yeah.
know. Thanks for leaning here. This is what I love about Christmas. You know it's Christmas when it's Kettle season, and you hear those bells when you get out of your car and you're walking into Dillard's or Walmart or Target or anywhere. So tell us about the tradition of the angel tree and the Kettle season, and how many of those Kettle bell ringers do you guys have out there?
Well, we're going to have 12 to 15 bell ringers out at various locations at any given time. It actually takes, if you actually put the math to it, it takes about 2,500 people to cover all those man hours, because 10 to 15 locations, 30 days out of the season, at 12 locations, 10 hours a day. It adds up. That's a lot. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it. And I love it. I mean, I've been doing it for a long time, and I'll be out there myself. I
can't walk by without putting something in there. In fact, if I hear them when I'm getting out of my car, I immediately go into my change thing in my car and grab it, because I can hear them almost the second that I open my door, and I go, oh, the kettlebells are out, which I think is incredible. What do you do with that money? Where does that money go?
Well, the money, first of all, goes to support all of our Christmas work. So that's the toys, supplementing our angel tree, our shelter, our holiday meals, which actually the first one starts on Thanksgiving Day. So we're going to actually have an indoor meal this year. Despite, it's COVID, we feel safe enough that we can open up inside. So we're going to do that. And then, of course, we use funds all year long. So it's really our major fundraiser for the year. For me, I like to say it's a fundraiser, but it's also a time to bring, Christmas spirit. And that's really what I try to do. We're going to have folks out there in costume. I'm going to be out playing my horn. I'm looking for other musicians to get their horns. You musician?
Look,
you need a drummer?
All right.
I don't tell anybody that.
You're a drummer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's a little different.
Yeah.
You do a Christmas carol on the drum?
I can always try.
We do say keep it appropriate to the season. Make it Christmassy. Sure. And same way with costumes. If you want to wear a costume, we want a Christmas costume, but we want it to be a time of blessing to people. And that's something I learned really early on. For many people, it's what makes the season for them. And I know one year I was out ringing, and a lady actually came up to me and put a bunch of money in the kettle. I didn't know how much, but I knew it was significant. But she had it all rolled up. And then she just threw her arms around me and kissed me, and I was totally shocked. But she said I couldn't get into the Christmas spirit this year till I saw you.
That's awesome.
And that did it. And I said, this is what it's all about. So we want to bring a blessing to people out in the kettle, and all our volunteers, helpers who are out there, we want them to do the same.
Well, and since it takes so many people to run it, and apparently you get perks such as smooched by ladies, how do people sign up to volunteer?
Write this down.
Probably the best way is to do it online. Registertoring.com. You can just go to that website and sign up to ring. We do have actually a phone number as well, but I don't know it. So I'm going to have to tell you what it is by looking at my card here. But it's 940-322-9822.
Oh, awesome. First guest we've ever had actually brought the phone number written down.
Well, again, I'm new to the office, so I know my own phone number, but I don't know the office number.
Love it.
So I got to give you the office number.
Can I email it to you later?
But that's the place to call.
Okay, well, awesome. Well, I sure appreciate you here. Welcome to Wichita Falls again.
Yes.
And when you guys see them out there ringing that bell, it needs to be like Pavlov's dog. Like for you, just want to give. You just think throwing money when you hear that bell ringing.
Yes.
So thank you so much for being here, Major Kim Feinauer. Good times. And we'd like to also thank Dirk again for being here and telling us all about Fantasy of Lights.
Yes.
And congratulations to your daughter and your family. And we'll not congratulations to the Cowboys. We'll see you next week.
God bless.
It's always great to be back here at Shepherd Air Force Base. You know, I was here a little over 28 years ago as a trainee airman, and then here again in 97 as I was cross-training. The beauty of this, or I think the big takeaway, is that Shepherd is still generating combat air power every single day. It is one of our largest tech training installations. It is a massive engine that produces airmen every single day. And it's quality airmen. It's incredible quality airmen. So I'm always pleased to come back to Shepherd and see the team still doing great things. When it comes to educating today's airmen for tomorrow's Air Force, we have to continue to produce the highest quality airmen with the best training and the best education that we can. And that also means that we have to continue to innovate and evolve our training methods and modalities to make sure that we are utilizing the latest technology, the best instructional techniques, and the highest quality instructors to produce the strongest, most capable airmen that we can. I really push hard on valuing force generators. That means recruiting the best, developing them while they're in these force generator roles, and then making sure that as we transition them back out to their operational AFSCs, they are set up as best that they can be to be successful post their ATC tour. I'm also very interested in helping out with transforming training. And everywhere I go, I hear the great innovative ideas that our airmen are bringing up and experimenting with. And so I think it's really important that I continuously try to connect them with the resources and capabilities that they need to successfully bring those ideas to fruition. And then lastly, I'm always about cultivating that environment of excellence. Culture is important, culture means something, and we have to grow our airmen the right way in the First Command.